Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this review. It is Iyanla Fix My Life and its home invasion horror story. This was a lot to unpack, a lot. So let's go ahead and get into it. My name is Kourtney and welcome to our channel. My husband Eddie is not here because I do these Iyanla Fix My Life reviews by myself. So if this is your first time joining, let me tell you what this channel is all about. This channel is about Kourtney and Eddie. We do relationship topics, reviews, and right now I'm doing Iyanla Fix My Life. And if you're new to this channel, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching us via Facebook, and make sure you like and follow. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm a little congested, so please forgive me, allergies and stuff going on. So yeah, I'm all stopped up. All right, so we're dealing with a family that got a lot of hurt and pain from devastation that took place over 14 years ago. And the main lady that we're dealing with is Ann. And then you have her sister, which is Shatara, and then Shantara, and you got the mom, which is Annette. Now, all of these women are adults and have children. So Ann is probably maybe, I would say, in her 40s. I would say, I'm not sure, but it looked like maybe she's in her 40s. She's the older sister out of Shantara. And so what happened is that Ann had a birthday party for her cousin, Carla, I think that's her name, and she had it at her house. Now, mind you, Ann is dating a drug dealer, and from the looks of it, everybody in the family had a drug dealer. Ann's father was a drug dealer, Ann's sister dated a drug dealer, and now she had a child with a drug dealer, so it just runs in the family. And that's what they're uncovering, that they got a past or generation of they all dating drug dealers. So I'm sure that they were all used to living a certain lifestyle. So she had the birthday party at her house, which, when you dating drug dealer, you putting yourself out there like that, I guess he lived there. I don't know. But that is now a hot spot. So you got to be careful having your family, your friends, and all that stuff around them, because you don't know who's watching. So it turns out that there was a home invasion. So they was trying to rob her boyfriend, but he was not there. And they ended up, and when, I don't know if a home invader tried to rob them, or sometimes the way they was trying to do it, it seemed like execution style, seemed like a drug deal went bad. So I don't know if he owed them money or what, or more came out, I don't know. But when they do that shooting in the head, that'd be execution style. So he wasn't there, and they was shooting everybody that was there. Some survived, some did not. Her cousin Carla, I think, that wanted to have the birthday party over there, she did not survive. Her and her, I don't know for her and her children. And Shantara's son and daughter got shot too. Now, it looks like they made Ann answer the door. It was some of them held hostage. They made Ann answer the door. When Ann answered the door, which that's her house, she told her sister and her children were out there ringing the doorbell, knocking on the door. They were trying to get in the birthday party. She answered the door. She told them to run. And she ran. Ann ran. Shantara ran. And she left her children. So the whole thing is that Shantara feels guilty for leaving her children. Like, why did she run and leave her children? And her children, I don't know how small, but it seems like Tony, he was 4 years old when that happened. So they didn't talk about the daughter in here. Don't know her age, but she had a daughter too that got shot, and they did survive. And so now, let me try to read over these notes to make sure I don't forget nothing, but I think I'm pretty much saying everything that I wrote down. Shantara and her sister hadn't talked in like 5 years, because she's really hurt and mad that, like, why my children got shot and injured, and now they got disabilities, and your children weren't even there. So you living your best life. Yes, y'all had to go through pain and issues and all this stuff, but why is it that you not suffering like we suffering? I want you to hurt like we hurt. So that's the whole issue, and they never actually talked about it. And so that's why they're on there and wanted this to, to be healed from all this hurt and pain, because it has destroyed their children. I mean, it has destroyed their life and destroying even their children, because Tony wants to be past this, and he don't even know what he getting past. But I guess just the animosity, the hurt, the pain, because he don't even know what happened, because they never shared it with him. And now he's walking around, he has one eye, which, he has a implant or a fake eye, and so you can't really tell, except it's, I guess it just stays in one position. But he wants to know what happened, because nobody never shared anything with him, and he's now 18 years old, and this happened when he was 4. So Iyanla gets away, and first she has a medicine wheel, because she's turning the wheel and saying, basically what the family needs. They got guilt, they got shame, they got all these issues that they have not talked about. And Iyanla is talking to Ann, and she wants to know why her children weren't there. And I think she said something like one child had to go and do something, and one was there. I mean, her children had stuff to do, so they didn't attend the birthday party. And so that's basically what Shantara's issue is. She wants to, Ann said that she takes full responsibility for what happened, because basically she lived a lifestyle that she really shouldn't have involved any of those her family in. She was a stripper for 9 years. Her dad was in prison because of his lifestyle. Again, he was a drug dealer, and it was never talked about. Her mom never talked about it. When she was talking to her mom, she said her mom was, what's the mama name? Annetta. I think Annetta. Miss Annetta, when she talked to her, she said that he was a construction worker as well as a drug dealer. He kind of did, I guess he did that on the side. And they all got shot in the head. Some survived, some didn't. But her 2 cousins were held hostage, and I went over that part. And so one thing that Ann did said that in because I think they just went to trial recently, and I guess they got consecutive life sentences or whatever. She said that one of the gunmen did say, Carla said that her cousin said, this is what I get for coming over here. Like, wow, that's in your final words. Like, you got to die saying that. And you as a homeowner, and then that's your cousin, and your responsibility, because everybody at your house, that's what you got to play in your head, that your cousin final words were, that's what I get for coming over here. So evidently they knew, that, yes, this was a hot spot. They knew that, drug activity was going on over there. So Carla talked to Iyanla talked to Annetta, which is the mom, about, her lifestyle. And she explained that she only had a 10th grade education. She wanted to better herself. She stayed with him, I guess, knowing that, he was a drug dealer, or he maybe provided a certain lifestyle. So she was able to go to college, get her nursing degree, and she became a nurse of correction officer nurse. I guess that's what you call it, I guess you work in the prisons. So that she can give back because of what her husband did. And she started breaking down crying at that time. Shantara, she was talking to her, and she just questioned the fact that why did she run? Like, what is it about that she left her children? And that guilt is that she left her children and she didn't protect them like Carla did and died with her children, but she actually left them and she ran, and she feels guilt for that. She has to make sure that her son Tony gets his medicine every day, and that he is I think he suffers with seizures and stuff like that. So she's dealing with that guilt. So and then to find out that Ann didn't even break up with the dude. Like, you caused all this havoc, people lost their lives, and people got shot, and you still was with the dude. I just don't know what that conversation was like. Like, how you still gonna be with him when they was looking for him? Like, and he didn't get shot, you didn't get harmed, none of that stuff, but your family is suffering because of that. So now she's talking to Tony. Tony's 18 years old, and no, she's not. Yeah, Tony's 18 years old. She's basically saying, why are you here and stuff. And he said, I'm ready to close all these chapters and start a new chapter. This thing happened 15 years ago, and I still don't know what happened. And so Iyanla asked him, do you feel disabled? He said, no, I don't feel disabled. I am actually, in ministry. I'm trying to go to seminary school and stuff like that. So he's doing his stuff for the Lord. So he's now living a life that's, for God. And the lifestyle that his family lived, he don't want to live that lifestyle. His auntie was a stripper. I'm not sure what his mom did, but yeah. And he didn't even know about the drug dealer. So Iyanla was actually talking to each sibling, to Ann and Shantara, and getting down to the root of some things. And they both had a breakthrough moment. They both broke down and started crying because they now realized, the part that they played, and to actually get healing from all of this. She showed Anne a picture of the house, and she started breaking down and crying. And she said she feels so guilty and so bad for the life of her cousin, and she feels guilty for her nephew. She got to look and see her nephew look like that. She feels bad, but these are conversations that they never talked about. They just brushed over them. They never got into depth of, I apologize for putting y'all in harm's way. I apologize for not stepping up. I apologize for looking like I went on and I just left y'all suffering. So that's basically what all the issues that they needed to get to. Y'all, to me, did a good job of what we can see now. Of course, these are days, but you trying to condense all of this into a 1 hour show. Well, probably 45 minutes because you got commercials. Well, 40 because they had a lot of commercials. So she explained to them, realize y'all both were in a hot spot. Like, you were in a hot spot even when you were brought up and your dad going back and forth to prison. You were in a hot spot. Your mom didn't protect you. You didn't protect your children. So, it just kind of ran down. And she said, y'all need to take responsibility for the normalcy that y'all created. Y'all made it normal for you to be, your dad to be a drug dealer. Your mom made it normal. Then for you, and to date drug dealers, you made it normal. And then for you, Shantara, y'all made it normal for y'all to even, you had a child with a drug dealer. So y'all normalize everything. And so it's not normal for that. And now look at you are, basically dealing with the consequences of what y'all dealt with for so long. So they wanted to, Iyanla wanted them to have a conversation with Tony and basically tell him what happened to him. He wants to know, what happened because nobody's never said it. The grandmama, he remembered the house in which it happened. The grandmother, she was like, she never did go into details. And each one basically told what happened. Shantara, which is his mom, told him that you are a byproduct of a drug dealer. Your father was a drug dealer. And then, the grandmama said, your granddaddy was a drug dealer. And then Ann said, what happened, and you got shot, your mom got shot, that's why your cousins are no longer here because of what situation I put y'all through. And he broke down and started crying. He was like, I had no idea. First of all, I didn't know my dad was like that, and I definitely don't want to be like him. I'm not going to be like him because my life is in a different direction. And he said, y'all don't understand, having to deal with this. I suppress all this stuff. And Iyanla said, that's not good. Y'all taught him how to suppress that. I suppress all this stuff. I don't talk about it. I don't deal with, the emotions. And Ann said she never seen her nephew like this. But, I'm dealing with one eye, and the hurt, the pain, the suffering that I go through, even on the inside, is just, it's a lot and it's hard. So I'm not going to say that I enjoyed this. I think that this conversation needs to be had in the communities. Now, I'm not just going to say our community, but I'm saying the community as a whole, because there is a lot of people that's living this right now. If we haven't lived it in the past, I can tell you it was in my schools, and ain't no telling who schools is in now, but, some people have dated them, married them, and went on. But it is what it is. And hey, you put yourself in a certain lifestyle, then you may get the result of what you put yourself in it, because you may enjoy years of living a glamorous lifestyle, but then have to deal with something like this. So it's being in a hard place of always having to turn around and watch your back. I'm glad they got healing. I'm glad they got the breakthrough that they needed. But I just cannot even imagine the pain and the suffering and the guilt that you probably would deal with, even though they pulling that stuff up, but not gonna say that Ann is not gonna deal with this for the rest of her life. Just the consequences, again, seeing her nephew or seeing any other family member that got hurt, that got shot, or just not having a cousin there no more. That's a lot. That's a lot. And to stay with the man afterward, that's a real big slap in the face, y'all. I mean, I cannot even imagine. So, I don't have much to say on this. It is what it is. And Iyanla did a great job, to me, of getting down to the root of it from what we see. But yeah, they're going to me, like I think it was Shantara said, they're going to do trauma healing therapy after this, because they definitely need it. And, I'm glad they're getting it now, but it's like 15 years later. So anyway, so that's my take on it, you guys. I didn't have much to say on it, but it was one of those, touchy ones. But yeah, I'm glad they got the healing that they needed. And that's all I got. I will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and watch us via Facebook. And make sure that you like and follow. Like I said, I think on the last video, we have some giveaways that are coming up. We're going to do a separate video on that for the month of December for Christmas. We'll be doing a giveaway. So stay tuned for that video. And I will see you guys on the next one. Go God and let God go with you. And I will see you guys later. Deuces.